stopped raining for a brief couple minutes, so we are off to the artesian hot tub. Currently it heats, it's natural and it heats up to 40 degrees. So we're going to go have a look. Give that a read, that's pretty interesting. It's pretty full at the moment, so we're not going to go in there, and I'm not going to film it because there's people in there. I don't have their consent. So yeah, that's it. Take it back, we're hopping in. Kev had to finish Holly's coffee off this morning, so we had to make a quick toilet break, and it bought us enough time to be able to hop in this tub because no one else is here now. I just hopped in, and it was hot at first, but it's so good once you sit down and actually just plunk in it.
So, last time Kev said we weren't going to get in, but then the people left, so we decided to hop in.
Yeah, I told him I drank the rest of your coffee, so we had to have a toilet break, and that bought us some time.
So we were just on our way out, and we just saw this cool little exhibition of all these animals and things. There's no light in here, so it's just natural lighting. But so cool. Rabbit at the back. It's a big goat. And then if you go around here, it's a bobtail. That's a big old bobcat. Bobtail there. What's this? I'll get it from this side. This is a mala. I don't know, it's obviously rubbed off. Warmer python. A chuditch. Malleefowl chick at the back. A white-winged fairy wren. A goanna. Just there. Close that gap there. A adult malleefowl. A little mouse. Thorny devil. Oh, the thorny devil's gone. He's run away. Has anyone seen Escape to the Outback? Oh no, he's there.
He's right there.
He's camouflaged. I was about to tell you about Escape to the Outback where they run away. And this is a banded hair wallaby.
That in a tree.
Got a bandicoot down there. Wow, he hasn't taxidermied well. He's starting to fade out. What's this? A long-eared bat. Oh yeah, on the tree there.
An Australian kestrel.
Australian kestrel. Owl thing.
And a
bilby. It's pretty cool. All this for free. Well, pretty much for free. All you have to pay is the, and there's even like little things down there. The park entry fee, which is $17, but Kev and I just bought one for the entire time that we're in WA for all parks because it was cheaper. So
that's the inside of a rabbit burrow.
Wow, that's cool. But yeah, how cool is this? What an amazing spot. Even a little mirror. What an amazing spot for free, pretty much, that someone has put together. How incredible.
That cat is so scary.
As you walk out the little doors just here, where we were, the little flaps here, they put together all of this. This is just so cool. What a great spot for kids to come and learn about these animals. It's incredible.
Kids.
Yeah, and adults. Okay, that was really fun. We're continuing down the track to, well, we were going to go to a campsite called Big Lagoon, but apparently it's full. So we are just continuing down this dirt road. There's a few other campsites, like I said earlier, so we'll just try and see what we can find and see what's available. Little resident.
That's the legs on it.
Hopping off. Okay, so we just got to South Gregory's. And there's two campsites, there's Loop A and Loop B. We went to Loop A and all the spots were taken. There was only 3 spots. They're quite big spots, and people just with cars seem to take the whole thing. So if anyone comes past our spot, you're more than welcome to share it with us because they're definitely big enough for 2. But anyway, we found a spot in Loop B. So car's pretty dirty, but as you can see, it's a massive space. So I'm gonna walk to the beach and show you guys what it looks like. Wow. What a cracking spot. This is incredible. So you can actually drive on the beach, but we didn't go down that way because we are camping. So we just went to the camp area. But you can fish off these rocks. There's people up there driving. How cool is this?
I can't see you, but I think you can see me. Guess what we're doing? What are we doing, Hol?
Gone fishing.
Nice. We're going to use those spotted
Speckled
birch
nut.
or speckled birch.
Perch. Birch is a tree.
We're going to use those speckled perch fish that we caught at the
Galena Bridge?
Bridge, that's the one. We're going to use that because apparently there is snapper here, all along here, and there's a fellow in the camp next to us. He said he's seen people catch it many times when he's been here previously, but he's got a rod and hasn't tried, so we're going to try and see. Hopefully we catch something.
It'll be Kev that catches it, not me.
Hopefully. I hope so. We're also tanning on, we got sunburn already. Well, I'm tanning, Holly's just, she's got a participation award. She showed up. We've been here for ages. We've caught heaps of little trevally and I think a little cod, but Holly's got something good now. I had a whole perch head on there and it's just zinging off, so we'll see what it is. Still on?
Yep.
Looks big. Oh yeah, I don't know what it is, but it looks big. It's definitely over 40. Ah. Ah.
Yeah, yours though.
Wow,
Snap that
it's a fatty.
Ah.
That's a big blue catfish.
Kev's on now, but it is raining, so I'll use my hat as a bit of a cover for this because yeah, Kev reckons it's another catfish. We'll see. They knock like snapper. You think it's a snapper because it just keeps going, but is it a catfish? Pardon? Ah, gee whiz. Oh, is it? Oh yeah, just a little one. Or is that the same one that I got? Who knows, we'll get him up. Whew. In all seriousness guys, we were just caught in a cyclone.
That was fucking terrible.
Terrifying.
We had to go and check if all the campers were still alive.
I don't know what category it was because we have no reception. We've currently just hopped back into the car and we're going to head to the main town because it's just unsafe really to stay here. I think the worst is past.
That's blown over.
It has blown over, but we have a rooftop tent and like we'll update you all when we find somewhere, but yeah, we can't really stay in that. So yeah, we're saturated. That was really scary. I actually thought like something was going to go through the car windscreen. The car was moving, but anyway, we'll give you the rundown once we find somewhere. Wow, when we came in here, there was not a drop of water on this salt lake. No word of a lie. Actually, I do lie. There was maybe a little puddle here and there, but this is like next level.
I don't even know if we're going to get out.
When we get back into reception, I'm going to see how much we've had in terms of mil, yeah, if we get out, because I reckon that would have had to be about 80 to 100 mil. Don't you reckon?
Oh, I reckon, yeah.
If not more. Like, look, that's like completely underwater. Well, obviously, we're driving through a salt lake, so it's going to fill up, but I just cannot believe that was bone dry. Absolutely bone dry when we came in. Wow. Have a look at that, completely over the road.
I hate salt lakes.
Wowee, what an experience. Well, we came around Australia for an experience and my gosh, I think we just got one. I think I have PTSD.
I don't know what category that cyclone was, but
Holy.
Keen to do a review on the rooftop tent.
Here's some more. There's only just a tiny space in the middle for us to drive.
It was worse back there.
It was worse back there, but I only just got this out. And yeah, the water's on both sides. Before it was the same as it is on this left side, on the right side as well, with only a tiny little narrow bit of road. The water went completely over our windscreen. We couldn't see for a second. Far out. Here's another bit where it's completely over the road and it was not like this before.
Oh, I don't know where the bloody washouts are.
Just go straight.
Guess I'll find them.
No, you're right.
No crocodile.
Some crocodiles here. Wow.
Rightio. Here's what happened. So we arrived at Denham and instantly while it was raining, once we went into the information centre, it absolutely bucketed down and they got 20 mil in half an hour And the lady in the news agency said they haven't had rain for 17 months. So that should have been a dead giveaway. But we thought, oh, what of it? It's just another day in Victoria. So we went out to our camp spot and we noticed that there was these dark clouds just sticking around, but very low, and they weren't raining. They were just, it nearly looked like smog. But anyway, that was another thing. We just carried on, didn't think anything of it. And then obviously it was humid, which we obviously didn't think anything of it because it was 30 degrees today. But we were fishing, having a great time. We caught, I reckon, 5 trevally. We kept 2 just for bait. Caught some little fish, I don't know what it was, so I have to Google that. And we caught 2 of those blue catfish, same one that we caught at Kalbarri. And yeah, it was all going well. It was starting to rain, so we went and zipped up the tent, stopped water getting into the tent. And then I thought, oh, we better set the awning up. So we set the awning up and continued fishing for a little bit, and then it got heavier, so we thought, oh, we better just go and wait under the awning. So we waited under the awning, pulled our camp chairs out, and then it just absolutely started pouring from the side. Like rain was going horizontal. It wasn't coming on an angle, it was horizontal. It blew the chairs over. We put them under the car, they got absolutely satched still. The awning was pooling up with water. I had my head in the middle of it, standing up, so that all the water could drain off, and the wind was just ripping it up out of the ground, all the pegs and that. It was starting to fold the legs, so I was holding on to it. Holly was helping me hold on to it. And then Holly could see that we couldn't see anything. It was just water everywhere, and I'm not talking ocean water, it was just rain. You could not see a metre in front of you. And then Holly said, oh, I can see the ocean now, we'll quickly pack the awning up so we don't have to hold it, which didn't matter anyway, we were already absolutely drenched. So we packed that up, all sweet, turned around, looked at the fishing rods, noticed one of them had snapped during this cyclone. I tipping, because the little sinker was still on it, it was just blowing in the wind, and where it was leant up against it just snapped it in half. So that's the 3rd fishing rod this trip. And then it sort of stopped, it was spitting a little bit, so we thought we'd go around to all the other campsites and just check, because there was a few older people there. We thought we'd go and see if they were right, and there was awnings, awning brackets all bent, bloody. A bloke's swag that was tied to the wheel of his car was flipped upside down. Oh yeah, it ripped out our, on our rooftop tent there's like some stays that you feed in, and then they've got hooks that go into eyelets just for a little awning, so the rain doesn't go directly on the tent, it goes on the awning and runs off. It ripped all of them out of the tent. I don't know if it busted the eyelets, because we just ended up closing the tent and throwing those steel rods in the car, but I don't think it did. So, but yeah, we went around to every other campsite like good Samaritans we are, and checked on everyone, and everyone was fine. They were just shocked like we were, and we thought, oh well, we can't really stay in our tent, especially if it's like comes back. So we decided just to drive out, which we thought was going to be pretty gnarly, but it's actually alright. But I'm tipping tomorrow, once that water actually soaks into the ground, it'll be shit house. So yeah, we drove back and noticed that there was fresh wheel marks on the ground, so someone else had obviously left. And then we got to a T-intersection, there was a lady coming from one of the other campsites further up, like on one of the tips. She was coming out as well and said she was going to do the same thing as us, go and try and find a hotel. So we left there. We were planning on going back tomorrow, because it's actually meant to be alright tomorrow, but I don't know whether they'll close it down or not. Oh, and then we got back here to the town of Denham, and looked. We thought, oh, we better look at Willy Weather to see how hard that wind actually was, because it was windy as I've never been in freaking wind like that. And it was saying gentle, 6 knots. So obviously the town of Denham actually didn't get it. It was just that tiny bit of coast there that absolutely copped it. Yeah, we got to this Airbnb and told the lady, she goes, oh, you're trying to escape the rain? And we were like, rain? We were just in a bloody cyclone. And she's like, where? We told her, and she's like, oh God. But yeah. So that's us in a nice warm room. Got washing happening. Gonna have a shower, go to bed, just kick ass. Alright, good morning. Checked all the damage and we're pretty lucky actually. Got away with just a snapped fishing rod. So it bent a couple of the steel poles for the tent awning, but I just straightened them back out. Hopefully it hasn't weakened them, but it shouldn't have. I think they're spring steel. But yeah, it was all wet inside the tent because some idiot left the windows open a little bit, thinking that the awning was going to cover them, but obviously the wind was that strong it blew the poles to the awning out, and yeah, the awning was useless, so all the rain just went straight into it. But it's pretty sunny, it's already hot. I was sweating, pumping the tyres up on this thing because we just left that joint. So we set everything out on the bonnet and the clothesline that we had here at this Airbnb, but we can't go back, which I'm pretty upset about. So they've closed all the roads. So now we're just heading towards Monkey Mia to the caravan park for a night, just to see what it's like. I'm pretty upset because there was some good fishing there, and we spoke to a fella that was at the camp. He had a kayak, and he said he was talking to another bloke with a kayak, and he got towed 2 kilometres because he hooked onto a tuna. But he said there's heaps of sharks there. He said there's good fish everywhere, so I'm pretty upset about that. But oh well, we're safe and we're still venturing. That's the main thing. So yeah, right, just pull up at Monkey Mia. Apparently this is a conservation park, not a national park, so we have to pay a different fee again, but that's alright. They said that you get heaps of dolphins here. Like, you can actually go out in the mornings and you go to a certain area, and if you're lucky enough, certain staff pick you and you get to go out and actually feed the dolphins. But it's just, yeah, luck of the draw. But yeah, she said you see them everywhere around here. They'll just be floating around the bay, little ones and big ones. Said you can go fishing, but only in one spot. And yeah, that's pretty much it. No drones, not allowed any drones at all, so there won't be any drone footage, unfortunately. It's a local resident. Hey, bud.
There's another one. They're everywhere here.
How good is the camp kitchen at this joint? Electric cooktops, fridges, rubbish bins, stainless tables, everything.
Good morning. We are up early this morning. Well, not early, but early-ish. Because they have a dolphin feeding experience at 7:45 here. The time is currently 7:15 and it'll probably take us 5 minutes to walk down. It is free, and apparently the dolphins come in from 7:45, and you have to wait to be invited down to the sand, and then if you're lucky you might get chosen to feed them. If not, you just get to watch. Heaps of people gather to watch it. Obviously it's really cool, so we're trying to head early so that we can at least get a spot and see. And yeah, they have a whole board with all the dolphins that they have, like local dolphins that come in, so it'd be cool to try and spot them and yeah, try and see some dolphins, eh?
This place is grouse.
The emus tried to steal.
Yeah, the emus are so ballsy. They come up to your car when you're cooking, and they try and grab bits, and you're actually scared that they're going to friggin' attack you.
I was in the bathroom this morning getting ready, and Kev said that there was an emu that came to the car, and what did you have in your hand?
Oh, the coffee.
Yeah, he was making a coffee and it came right up to him. I'm assuming for a coffee sachet, which it stole yesterday. So anyway, I forgot to mention that they do 3 feedings a day, and once those feedings are done, they don't do any more to encourage them to go out and forage for their own food in the ocean. So if those 3 feeds are done at 9:30, then it finishes at 9:30. If those 3 feeds are done at 10:30, it finishes at 10:30. So, but they won't go past 12 noon. They're just coming in now, 25 minutes early. You probably can't see this on the video, but they're just all out there.
Yo desde el móvil y hacer la foto con vosotras.
Hola,
Creo, ¿no?
Let's go.
Yeah, there.
We cannot touch them. They can give us a little leg rub or want to be a bucket of fish.
Big show off, Pico, eh?
I'll give you the keys if you want them. Just get around the flats here. They're not shy at all. You gotta be careful because they actually steal your stuff. What are you doing, you big chicken? Oh, you're nasty. Great news. South Gregory's Road is back open, so we are going there. See if we can hit another cyclone.
Okay, we are heading towards Denham, which is the main town between Monkey Mia and I don't know how to pronounce this, but the national park. Anyway, so we're going to stop at the tackle shop. They have a tackle shop in Denham, and we'll see how expensive a small rod is. Our 2 to 4 kilos snapped in the tropical cyclone. So, and I say tropical cyclone because when I rang up the information centre, or like the wildlife and park centre to talk about it, they said it was just a big rainstorm in their opinion. Didn't say anything about the wind, and I said to Kev, I think it's just going to be one of those things where just the people that were out there camping knew what it was, because they didn't have wind towers close enough obviously to pick up what happened. But anyway, so yeah, our 2 to 4 kilo rod snapped. We're going to see how much one is. I'm not spending a fortune on one, but we had a lot of fun catching most of the fish that we did on that smaller rod, just like trevallies and stuff. So yeah, I think having a jetty rod, or like jetty rod, smaller kiloed rated rod is pretty good, because then we've got sort of a small rod, medium rod and large rod obviously. So we'll go check that out and see how much they are. Alright, pretty good. For $110 we got ourselves a little Jarvis Walker rod, 2 to 6 kilo. It had braid mono on it, so it'll be what it'll be. And
Braid.
no, it was braid and mono. It's a mixture of braid mono on there.
It's one or the other, bro.
No, it's not. Braid with mono backing. Haha, braid with mono backing. Told you. You can get both. And we grabbed lip grips, but they only had one on a lanyard, so oh well, it is what it is.
And today's mission, we have no meat in the fridge, so we're going to try and catch a fish so that we can make some nice dinner.
Chicken tenders are so good too. Fresh, crispy, good.
Yeah.
You wouldn't believe that this is the same track that we came out on the other day that was completely flooded. So I'll make sure to film the salt lakes as well to see if it's soaked up any water or if it's retained on the surface, but pretty dry. So the road's still dry, just very corrugated, and has a lot of track marks in it from obviously the traffic going out the other day, and probably a few people coming to have a look. So this is the start of the salt lake, as you can see, and completely bone dry. Even the sides, there's not a drop of water in there. Oh, actually there is a little bit up here, as we're coming up. You can see it's a little bit wet in the sides, but far out. Unbelievable. So this is the main salt lake here, and the other day it was wet all under this fence here. You'll be able to see from the footage that we showed you, and dry. Nothing. It was all wet out there, all wet on both sides, water across the road, and nothing. Tiny little bits here, and on the sides just a little bit further up, but still nowhere near, not even like an eighth of what it was, even probably more than that. There's really bumpy corrugations here. Feel like you're in a truck with the seat just bouncing. Just go up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, up. Oh, here we go, here's some good ones. Hopefully, I'm trying to hold the camera steady so you can see it keep bouncing.
It sucks, huh? Your ass literally leaves the seat for a couple of seconds.
Oh, far out. Oh. I think that's, oh no, there's more. Go, go, go.
Let's get up.
More. I think that's pretty much the last one.
Don't go up there, that's soft as. I don't know if we actually showed you the campsite we were at last time, but this is it. There's been a few people leave. Hi Holly.
The bit out of the tide, actually out of it.
This is our little path to the beach. Or not much of a beach, but the cliff edge, I suppose. You can drive along here to the other beach up there. That's an actual beach, but yeah. This is it. This is where all the action was.
Did it pull it out? Really? I just got the camera out.
Holly is about to be on. That's a whole trevally head on the end of this. We just had one. I had one out there, but it just pulled the line. We were debating the knot that was tied on it, but we thought, oh, we'll send it anyway. But yeah, it didn't last 5 seconds. It fucking took probably 50 metres of line and then it just broke. Alright, she's on.
I don't think it's very big, whatever it is.
It's just dead weight. Keeps just getting skull dragged in. He's not even fighting now. Ah, she caught a big ass toadfish. She's 65 centimetres, we just measured it.
Of shitness.
Yep, shit fish, but...
Alright, hello. We've been out here fishing for a few hours now. We went back in and had some lunch earlier on, and then came back out, and the time is about 4:45, so nearly time for dinner. We might stop and have dinner and then come back out again. But so far this morning I've caught a little whiting. It was probably 15 centimetres or so, so he went back. Also got a couple of tiny little flatties, like little babies, 2 of those. We've caught another silver toadfish. We've caught a blue catfish. And we have so far lost 2 wire traces. So we had some heads on the big surf rod and it is screamed off twice and just completely snapped. We've lost our sinker, the wire tracer and the hook. So whatever it was both times was obviously quite big. Possibly a shark. Apparently you get a lot of sharks in here, and if the line had have touched its skin it could have easily just sliced it. But it's a bit weird because it's 60-pound braid, so it should hold up. So weird that it's happened twice, but anyway, we have got a scaly on the surf rod at the moment, but no action for probably 10-15 minutes, so we might reel her in, go and have some dinner and then come back out.
And we caught this weird ass fish.
Oh yeah, I thought about that.
It was black and white like a zebra.
I'll pop a photo on the screen for you guys to see.
But it was, yeah, going vertical.
It was really good to reel in.
Horizontal instead of vertical, sorry.
Yeah, it was really good to reel in too. Like, it literally just bit on my rod a couple of times and then it just took off on it, and it felt really cool to reel in. And it's called a remora. There you go. We didn't know what it was called. I thought it was some sort of zebra shark looking thing.
It was weird.
But there was something in the water just there.
It had its head was flat, like it had been hit with a shovel, and it had heaps of what looked like gills, and if you ran your finger across it, they all opened up. But apparently it's a sucker, so it like sucks food in there or something.
That's pretty cool. Anyway, I'll pop a picture up, but yeah, called a remora. So there you go, we've learned something new.
So obviously the whole catch and fish for dinner thing never worked, so we'll just put a fresh scaly on, surfy, and waiting for it to zing off to see what we can get next. We just had a couple little taps, they weren't much, but hopefully it's something good. Tail's on the freaking surfy, had a trevally tail on there, and it striked before.
Okay, so the battery on the camera died. Wow, I'm sunburnt. But it was only a catfish. It was a PB catfish. It was 75 centimeters, but it was a catfish. My arms are dead, and I am really upset because I truly thought that I hooked onto something good there. It was even doing like little jumps in the water and everything, so disappointing, but you get that on the big jobs, better than nothing. So we'll let him go. Have a look at this.
Big popper.
Have a look.
Cooked dinner way too early.
So I didn't video when the thing went off because I was like 99% sure that it was another catfish. But Kev just reeled in a 70 centimetre gummy from behind, measured from the back of the gills here to the tail. So it's a bit over 70 if you're doing the whole gummy, but that's how you measure them. There's no size limit here in WA, and you can only have one. So if we catch any more after this, they have to go back. But that's pretty cool, hey? All right, guys, that brings us to the end of another episode.
Obviously, if you like our content, please give us a like, share and subscribe. Hoorah!